My name is Kelvin Heard. I am a healer, and this is Angela Donovan, a leading spiritual mentor. We have a banking system and a financial system that at this time is not working, and I just wondered why you think it's not working from above. Who's really pulling the strings?
Well, I do believe in the phrase that the system was set up to fail. I really do believe that.
Yeah.
And you know, some things that have been said about look back in history, but we don't have to look back that far to who caused the failures in the past.
Yeah.
And I believe that this was set to happen, and that, as one banking chairman said years ago over a dinner, he said, well, it's a house of cards.
Yeah.
And he knew his stuff then. And of course everybody's thinking that means it's going to all collapse just sometime later than he was talking. So my belief is that we've got the systems that are supposed to fail us, and the people suffer under that failure. But if we look at it as one hub of the financial systems collapsing, they're doing all they can at the moment to keep the life raft going, especially in Europe.
Yeah.
But even in the knowledge that it is going to go down, they know there's a certain date and time to let it really go and hold control all the way through. So that's why it hasn't actually gone when really there's nothing there. I've always wanted to ask people, you'll never get an answer of course, is if the whole world is in debt, excuse me, where's the actual money?
Precisely.
Where's it all gone?
Yeah.
I know there's a big vortex and somebody's pulled the plug, but you know that something's radically wrong with the mathematics of a system that just has a huge build-up of debt, and in the end it becomes a nonsense. I mean, what are all those figures? You know, we have 9 numbers, and somehow they've managed to create all this falsity of figures and get people living by it. I think we'd have done better with the bags of salt. I really do sometimes, because you know, now we're in a system where they're going to throw out special cards to people.
Yeah.
Tokens for food, if you should be so lucky, you know. Yeah. And this isn't right.
No.
But I'm sure you're feeling it too.
Well, I definitely feel it. Yeah.
So all the people suffering, and then you have to think, okay, so say this is all supposed to happen, and it was arranged and planned, then okay, so think like those who've planned it. So they would want to be in a position where they could put everybody on this special microchip or card system.
Absolutely.
They have control of them.
Yeah.
Whether you're good, you eat. Whether you're not good, you don't eat.
Yeah.
That gets a bit stinky. And I'm being polite now.
Yeah.
And then if you think that they've also got the corporations all linked together, which they are, like a spider's web. Only a spider's web's very pleasant. This isn't. And you've got all the people being told they have to take vaccinations, and all the people being told that this is going to save their lives. Excuse me, at this moment, the exact opposite is happening.
Absolutely.
You know, if we're awake, and if we're thinking.
Yeah.
So you've got all these scenarios coming in here. But the greatest thing with all this happening, on top of it, we've got a problem with the sun bombarding it with a plasma field, the planet Earth. But it could shake us and wake us.
Absolutely.
I don't believe it's human nature to wake up unless something hits your backyard.
That's true.
Now that sounds heavy, but it's really true with all of us.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just happened in my home.
Yeah.
So how dare they? And then we do wake up, and more of us would wake up.
I mean, there's going to be a nice little tracking system going on in a few years' time. It's called get rid of your checkbooks, get rid of cash, and then you just do it with a card. And that card, people will know exactly where you are at every minute of the day, how much you have in your account, what you're doing with your life.
Or whether you should have anything.
Or whether you should ever have anything. So if you've got a card and you've got a phone,
Or a microchip, don't forget.
You can't go anywhere.
Microchips are it in your body.
Exactly.
And you can swallow one without knowing you've even swallowed one. That's nice. Do you want to be helped that way? A lot of people say, oh, but it makes me safe. That's giving away your power, of course.
Correct. So that's what people are doing.
And the phones, well, they already track you through your phone.
Yeah, precisely.
Notice I say you through your phone.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you like that?
Thank you. Yeah, because you don't have a phone. But, this whole system, you can see now, is set up to fail and to track.
Yes.
It's almost like being back with the pharaohs, who are the banking system, the dynasties. And
the dynasties.
The dynasties, and are tracking our every move. So, in fact, we cannot fight against the system. But, of course, that's not going to happen.
So, again, we go back to the shaking.
Yeah. Shaking and the moving.
And the waking.
The waking. And that's very important. So where do we go when the waking starts?
We have to sense the freedom within us. We have to find ourselves. It has to come from within here. That we actually understand that we're safe within our own field. And not point the finger to blame anyone else.
Okay.
Or to even look to other people to save us. In other words, we can't afford to be the victims anymore.
So you're talking about a world of responsibility, yeah?
Of people learning to be responsible.
Yeah.
And learning to be compassionate for each other.
Yeah.
Instead of what's been happening, which is slightly twisting the brain and the thought towards hatred and anger. And also, this goes back to what they've got, I want.